everybody, welcome back to Top 5, segment on the Captain Biter Show where I pick a topic and do a top 5 easy as that. And now if you were tuning into the show last week, you saw I did a top 5. It was a collaboration with Nicola from Nix and Nax, who if you haven't checked her out, check her out, she's amazing. And we did a video on the movies that we love that everyone hates. And I liked that. I liked doing that. But I got to thinking, there's a second side to that. There is a second side to that. So, I met this new YouTuber. His name is Ramster. He's awesome. He's great. So this is a collaboration with him, by the way, and he's awesome. Definitely check out his channel. He's just a cool dude. He's really nice. He's really nice to me, and I dig that. But yeah, check him out after the show. But we went up on Twitter. He's like, we should do a collaboration. I was like, yes, we should. And what went in my mind? Oh, we should do the opposite of what I did last week. Instead of the movies that we love that everyone hates, we're going to be negative Nancy's and talk about the movies that everyone loves that we hate. And before I get started, I would like to remind all of you that opinions exist. I am not tearing apart these movies because I have a personal vendetta against you. I'm tearing them apart because they wasted my time. If you like them, fantastic, I'm happy for you. I'm not going to rip them apart and call you stupid because you like them, because that is one of my least favorite people in the world. Those people who say, oh, your opinion's wrong, because I don't believe that. That's not me. These movies are loved for some reason. I just didn't jump on the hype train. So let's talk about some movies that hit people and made them excited, and instead, for me, they just kind of made me fall asleep. So let's get into that. So coming in at number 5, this is the movie that I put at number 5 just because this one kind of goes both ways. There are a lot of people who don't like it. There are a lot of people who like it. But the people who love this movie love it with such a passion that it just kind of drowns out all the hate. So I decided it's fair game for this list. It's Watchmen. I really wanted to like this movie. The Watchmen looked so cool. It looked so cool. I was hyped. It was rated R. It's a superhero movie. I'm just like, I'm down for this. I'm down for this. And I bought it and I watched it. And a week later it was finished because it's long and I was sad. I get that people love this movie. They're like, it's so intelligent and all this, but it just bored me. It's so long, and I wasn't even watching. There's a director's cut that's even longer. So I can't handle this movie. It puts me to sleep. I'm telling you, the one thing about this movie that does get me though, Rorschach. Rorschach is awesome. Like, Rorschach is so cool. And if the movie was all him, I would have been all in. But it wasn't all him. It was a bunch of other people too who I couldn't give less of a crap about. But Rorschach was cool. He had some lines that are awesome. Like, there are some awesome lines from this movie, but they all come from Rorschach. When he's not on screen, it's just sad. So yeah, I don't like Watchmen. Next up is a movie that came out last year and got nominated for Best Picture. I have no idea how. American Hustle. Now this one is on here because it hurts me, because I was excited for this movie. It's one thing going into a movie like, this is gonna suck, and it sucks, and you're like, well, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought this was going to be a 10 out of 10 movie. I thought it was going to be perfect. I love the cast. I love David O. Russell. He is yet to disappoint me until this. And it was long and it was boring. And believe it or not, this is one of those movies, you know, you see a movie that you're so hyped about that when it doesn't perform the way you want it to, you lie to yourself? That's this movie. Because I wanted to love this movie so much. So I came home from my first viewing and I was like, yeah, it was great, it was perfect, I loved it. Then I saw it a second time to confirm that, and I was like, okay, it was good. You know, my score keeps going down. I saw it a third time, I fell asleep. This is that kind of movie where the performances are great. They are fantastic. I do think Christian Bale is the only one who deserved his Oscar nomination, though. But the performances are so great that I think it tricked people into thinking this was a good movie. So, I don't know, if you like American Hustle, good for you. It put me to sleep. Like my computer. Just did. Okay, up next, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put an entire series of movies in here because I can't choose one out of the bunch. I also want to preface this by saying, once again, I don't hate you. I don't hate your taste. If you like these movies, perfect, that's awesome, you have something to like, but guess what? I don't like Harry Potter at all, except Prisoner of Azkaban. That movie was awesome. But besides that one, I just don't like Harry Potter. I kind of hate this series a lot. And a lot of people come up to me and will like, well, you know, I have nostalgia attached to it. Guess what? So do I. I was there for all of these movies. I went to every one of these movies up till 5 before I started losing interest, and I loved them all. And then I saw 6, and I didn't like it at all. So I was like, I'm gonna go back and rewatch these movies. And I did, and I came out of it. I've seen all of them now. The only one I like is Prisoner of Azkaban. I cannot get into them. And listen, the deal with that is the fact this is one of those movies that it's kind of like a video game. Like, it's like Zelda or Pokemon, where I play those games and I'm like, I love this universe. I want to live in this universe. And that's one of the big draws for Harry Potter is people are like, I love this. I want to live in this universe. And I don't like the universe. I really don't like the universe. I don't like the characters. I don't like the culture that comes with it. That's just me. You can't really fault me for that, you know? For me, I'd rather be in the Pokemon world. If you want to be here, good for you. I don't like this series at all, except when Gary Oldman's there, and he's turning into a dog. One time I said he was turning into a wolf and people yelled at me. Wolves are dogs. You know that, right? So number 2, this is a movie that hurts me. It hurts me to put it on this list, but I just got to, because if you know me, you know the one thing I love just about more than anything right now is the Caped Crusader Batman. I love Batman. Do you know what I don't love? Tim Burton's Batman. People love this movie. People will live and die by this movie. I wanted to die while I was watching this movie. It is boring. Look, this movie is just, it's not a Batman movie for one. Like, you know it's not a Batman movie. Jack Nicholson was billed before Michael Keaton was. This is Joker the movie, and it's not even a good Joker movie. Like, here's the deal, and I don't like bringing up The Dark Knight, because while I do love Heath Ledger's Joker, I don't think it is the most iconic Joker. I think Mark Hamill's Joker is the most iconic Joker. But I gotta bring this up when I'm talking about why I don't like Jack Nicholson's. It's the fact Heath Ledger's Joker, and it's not even Heath Ledger, it was how the Joker was written in that movie, where he wasn't some guy looking for vengeance or anything. He was just a dick. Like, he just wanted to watch the world burn. He didn't care. He was just a bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy. And that made him scary and frightening and compelling. It made him a great villain, and that's a villainous trait that only the Joker can pull off. And guess what? In this movie, he doesn't have any of that. They give him an origin story, which I hate it when people give the Joker an origin story. Because if you don't, then he's cooler. He's more interesting. Look at the Arkham games. They didn't give him an origin story, and that's the best Joker we've ever gotten. I don't like this one. But even though it is Joker the movie, it does say Batman on it. And guess what? I don't like Michael Keaton as Batman. I get into this fight a lot. People are like, I think Michael Keaton's the best Batman. I'm like, really? Because he's barely in it. He's barely in any of... He's barely in Batman. He's barely in Batman Returns. I'm telling you. He's barely there. And when he's there, he is not making any performance that is just like, oh, it's just... He's there, and he's just like, I'm Batman. Like, he's so bland and boring, and this movie hurts me. It hurts me. I don't like Batman. Don't like Batman. Can't be having that. Although it's actually behind me. I own it on Blu-ray. What can I say? I've given this movie 2 chances. Maybe I'll give it a 3rd in a few years and love it. But unlikely. Okay, here it is, number 1. The one movie that all of you love, and you're all gonna hate me for hating it, but I'm sorry. Once again, I don't look down on you. If you like this movie, I don't get it. I don't get it. I hate Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. This is another one of those superhero movies that people like to live and die by, and I don't get it. I don't get it. And here is why I don't like Spider-Man. And everyone always asks me, why don't you like Spider-Man? You know, I have a nostalgic attachment to it. I'm like, please, please. Here's the deal. Spider-Man is not a superhero movie. It is a Spanish soap opera. Look, I have no problem with superhero movies getting dramatic, but this was so over-the-top dramatic. So over the top, especially for a superhero who's known for being so insanely fun. Everyone's like, oh, Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man, right? Not here. Not here, because all he does is cry all the time. He's just like, he's crying, he's hanging out with his awful friends. All the characters in this movie are unlikable, and they all do really bad. Tobey Maguire, awful Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Awful Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is like in such a bigger league than he is. Even if Amazing Spider-Man 2, I like that movie more than this one. I like Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than this movie. That should say something. Not to mention, probably the worst part about these movies is Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane Watson. What an unlikable character. This is how you make an unlikable character, people. If you want to make an unlikable character that no one will care about if they live or die, this. That is all I have to say. I don't have anything nice to say about this woman's performance in this movie, and I like her. I like her as an actress. But here, no. No, you get the sword. It's my sword. It's not really a sword. I gotta cut. I mean, the one thing this movie does have going for it is Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. I think that's perfect casting. The one problem is his costume looks ridiculous. That thing looks like you could get it for $10 at the Target. Like, seriously. Seriously. But, I don't know, Willem Dafoe was good in it, but you need more than that! You need more than that to make a good movie. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't like Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I love you still. I love you still. I just don't love Spider-Man. This guy deserves more than one good movie. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my top 10 on movies that you all love that I hate. Be sure to check out Ramster's video too. I will be linking his channel in the description below. Be sure to subscribe and tell him Captain Vitus sent you. But other than that, take a break. Take a break from hating me, and I want to hear what your movie is. What is that one movie that everyone just loved so much they went so gaga over, and you're just like, why? How? Why? Because we all have that movie. We all have that movie. It doesn't make us wrong. It doesn't make the people who love it wrong. It's opinionated. Film is subjective. Get over it. But anyways, do all the things. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. If you really liked the video, consider sharing it. That would be awesome, but most importantly, and especially in the comment section on a video like this, where I'm being so edgy and stuff, I beg you, please stay classy. Got a little cut. Got a little cut right there. Not even a cut, it just hurts. It hurts really bad. Ow.